Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we have to talk about energy fuels because we got some really interesting structures. And before we jump in, I would like to show you my community and the Telegram channel because energy fuels was one of the stocks I communicated last year when I started my Telegram channel. I think it was the very first one, the very first signal I communicated into the Telegram channel. But check out my WAP link down below because you can join my community for 90 days free with the code FREE90. And as you can see, when I scroll back here into January 2026, I think it was the very first signal I communicated. Yeah, it was the 31st of December 2025 when I communicated I buy energy fuels at $14.64 with a stop loss below the, below this swing low here. And we made really nice profits here. I think I took the first profits at 18. Yeah, I will take some partial profits. Then if we push the $20 region, I will take additional profits, but I will keep the healthy position of 60% from my initial amount, just in case the price goes higher. So therefore, we made some really nice profits here. I remember correctly, above the $20 and got stopped out below the $20 later on. So really nice profits of $7 per share to the upside. And now we want to re-enter. Yeah, let's jump into the chart here because the last time when we made our trade at the end of 2025, we had here an A, B, C to the downside. Then we got a three-wave structure here, and it was not easy to trade because, I mean, there was a potential that we get an additional low, but then we got a three-wave structure to the downside and the price shooted up here. And that was the point where I communicated, okay, we get potentially a higher B wave or maybe the fifth wave here of the potential fourth wave that was here. So the idea was that we found a bottom here. And the reason behind was this three-way structure here. Because after a three-way structure, I'm expecting higher prices. So the idea was, okay, we get either a B wave or the fifth wave here to the upside. Anyway, but we made the trade here. Yeah, it was the, as I showed you here on the 31st, so at $14.68. So really here, really nice in the low. And then we traded it up. Took some profits here at $18, $20. Got stopped out, I think, below the, where was it? Here, the $20 level later on. And now we want to trade energy fuels again because the idea is now that we have an A wave here in blue. And this is clearly a three-way structure as well in a B. And therefore, we are expecting the C wave now to the downside in a diagonal structure, as you can see labeled here in blue. So let's jump in here. And we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. And now the idea is, and it's currently playing out pretty well, that we have in the wave 4, you have often triangles or side wave corrections. And the idea here is currently in orange that we have a triangle structure in wave 4. Therefore, we have an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, a D wave, and the E wave. And these triangles often break out in the opposite direction. Therefore, we're looking here for the fifth wave to the downside in the blue structure. And we already reacted here to the 61.8% support level or Fibonacci retracement of the way up here. Therefore, we have an alternative scenario where we have here an A, B, C to the upside in a larger A wave, and that we found here a B wave bottom, and now we get the C wave to the upside. But this is less likely, especially because we see this structure here After a B wave bottom, I'm expecting an impulse in a wave 1 of C. So when we if we see this here as a B wave bottom, then we expect in a wave 1, 3, 4, 5 into the C wave, and this doesn't look like like a wave 1 down here. It's for me, it's currently clearly a triangle structure. Therefore, we're looking here for one more low. And the ideal target for the fifth wave in blue is currently at $13.89. We have some potential structures for a bottoming signal here on the volume profile at $15, and I can identify an additionally one moment. As you can see here, there's a really small gap. Often they get bought off, and this gap will get closed at around $14.50 or 56 cents, and the 78.6 FIB level is here as well at $14.50 or 51 cents. So this area here between around, or let's say $15 and $14.50 could be pretty interesting. Below that level, we have the target of the wave 5. So therefore, all this area here, or this region here between 15 and let's say $13 is a really interesting area to watch for a trend reversal. So it's not a financial advice, but yeah, I mean, if we get this low here into the fifth wave, I'm looking here for a reaction in this area. Also, we have a falling wedge pattern. This often breaks to the upside, so it's a pretty bullish pattern on the one hand. On the other hand, we probably in the end of the C wave here, so therefore we're looking for a fifth wave down. Then we have lots of support here from the volume profile, but also from the support levels here, especially from the Fibonacci retracements. And then we have the structural support line here of the wedge pattern. And let's check the indicators. Wait. So the indicators suggest, let's jump on the daily. I think that's more reliable. Okay. The price. What is the price doing here? Yeah, as you can see, we have already bullish divergences. So as you can see here, the RSI is moving up. The price is dropping. This is a bullish divergence. And on the MACD, we have bullish divergences as well. So that would be ideal. As you can see here, we are right in the middle of maybe a bullish divergence on MACD. The MACD is rising, and if we get an additional low here, the MACD would probably do this one here. It's currently rising up, and then we're coming down. And if we're forming here a double bottom and the price is dropping, then we have a bullish divergence on MACD as well. That's a trend reversal signal. And therefore, this is all in line with the idea that we probably get. Let's jump back on the 4-hour chart. This is all in line with the idea that we find a bottom in this wave 4 or wave 2 here in this area. And that we then see the fifth wave to the upside or the third wave, maybe in a more bullish interpretation. My preferred scenario is that we're currently in the fourth wave. But as you can see, the fourth wave is from the time length. It's getting really long currently because the wave 2 and wave 4 have often the same length from time-wise, from the time range here. And we had here just, I don't know, 3 weeks. What is it? Yeah, just 1 month of correction phase. And here we have a correction phase of, yeah, almost or pretty much 6 months. That's pretty long for a fourth wave compared to the length of the second wave. Therefore, the potential is there that we already found a top here in wave 1. And this one here is an A, B, C to the downside in wave 2. And therefore, we're expecting a really strong upside reaction into the third wave. This third wave is always the strongest, as you can see here. 1, 2, strong wave 3. But let's see. In both scenarios, we are looking for higher prices from this region here. So let's see what's happened. Do we have a, yeah, we can also put more bearish alternative here onto the chart, and my bearish alternative would be that we have an A, B, C here, and that we form a larger A wave, and that we expect then a corrective move to the upside in an A, B, C in a larger B wave, and then we're coming down afterwards. That would be my bearish alternative, but even then, we're looking for higher prices here into the B wave. Even if we get a reaction here and it's just a B wave, I'm expecting higher prices from this region here. I mean, we can always shoot down here and forming something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this is currently not expected. I'm showing you my most preferred scenarios, and my preferred scenario is that we get either a fifth wave to the upside or a third wave to the upside. And my bearish alternative is just an A, B, C in a larger A wave, that we get a B wave bounce and C wave afterwards. But anyway, in all scenarios and all my preferred scenarios, I'm looking for a reaction in this region here, either in a B, 3, or fifth wave. I hope that helps. If you like this content, then please like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye-bye.